Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is an amateur bantamweight bout contested over three-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this mixed martial artist has a record of 5 wins, 1 defeat. He represents 12-gauge MMA and the Aspire Combat Sports Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn Thomas! And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this mixed martial artist has a record of 4 wins, 1 defeat. He represents Manchester Predators. Ladies and gentlemen, Imran, the Hero, Yaman! Our referee, Mr. Paul Crossley.
Now, number 14 at UKFC 23, Brooklyn Thomas in the blue corner, black shorts. Imran Yaman in the red corner, also got the black shorts on. Two burgeoning young fighters coming up through the ranks, great records on the pair of them. 5-1 meets 4-1.
Again, this is one of those contests that could appear in the main event on any regional card. 2 high-quality young athletes. Imran bringing the noise with him, lots of support in the crowd for the Manchester Predator.
Yeah, both guys just starting out twitching and faking, just looking for the reactions.
And we've watched Brooklyn essentially mature through the amateur ranks. Such a young fighter, started competing such a young age.
Yeah, and you can still see that in terms of physicality, the difference with Yaman, like, you know, the
man build.
Yeah, that's it. The thickness of him, but you know, skills-wise, well, that's what we're about to see play out. But we know Brooklyn's got those in the bag too. Caught the kick. If you're going to be able to finish this takedown from there, can make a difference when the skills are matched. You know, the guy who's stronger, more physical. So we'll see how that plays out, especially if you get into these, you know, hard, tough, grinding exchanges on the fence.
Well, Brooklyn chasing that takedown, trying to bring the knees together, take that base and balance away. Oh, he almost succeeded, changes it up to the single leg.
Yeah, Imran content enough there to land shots, could hit the switch, that right arm underneath, looks to rip the Kimura out. Saw that in the match with Chester earlier, but almost like a fireman's carry there.
Beautiful piece of wrestling.
Beautiful work from Thomas.
Now chasing that body line, maybe so close to slipping around to the back.
Yeah, no rest for Yaman there. As soon as he's put on his back there, you see him shuffling back. He's using that whizzer, keeping it in tight, not allowing his opponent to slip out to his back. And yeah, it's another of those, we've seen fights where people have been accepted of being on the back, and others where, you know, first impetus is get back up, and that's what Yaman's doing. But really strong, smothering work from Thomas on the fence.
Yeah, cardio not going to be an issue for either of these 2 young athletes over 9 minutes.
Yeah, careful of the triangle there, Yaman throwing that triangle. He's got the right arm in. Turn it up, it's not deep over the shoulder yet, but Thomas pushes up, he might open up for Yaman. There he goes, starts to cinch it. 10 seconds left.
Gonna have to pull that tight.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have the time.
Gonna keep Brooklyn honest for the next round now.
Yeah, showed a serious intent at least. And you know, if that's 30 seconds left in the round, could be very different dynamic. But you know, as soon as he cinched it up, 10-second clapper, and you know, I think Brooklyn Thomas knew then that he'd be able to ride out the round.
A good first round from Brooklyn there. As you say, maybe just giving up a little physicality, but making up for that with the drive.
Yeah, and you know, he maintains his intensity, keeps the pressure on, and as you say, if there's a little bit of size difference in there, he's you know, he's not letting it show in how he's forcing himself onto the fight, keeping up the intensity, driving his man to the fence, and you know, pushing him in a conditioning, like a more conditioning type based element where it's just pressure, pressure, pressure.
Bit of water, moisture still in the corner. Brooklyn Thomas wiping off his feet in that cage floor. Here we go, second round. Lots of feints at the moment.
Yeah, just trying to gauge a reaction, trying to see if there's a way in that, you know, if they can see a tail or an arm dropping or a certain reaction.
Tries that low calf kick.
And a nice shifting right hand there from Thomas. Big step through with the right leg so he can land the right hook.
And on there answering back with the body kick. And
nice knee to the body, but it did allow Yaman to drive his way in. He's got a strong body lock now. Outside trip potentially incoming. Oh, but nice Uchimata counter.
Great work from Brooklyn Thomas again.
Front headlock. He wants to stay on top of Yaman's head. He wants to let it go. That's a bit of freedom for Yaman. But
again, when he disengages, lands the shot and the knee up the middle. This Brooklyn. And then pace slows back down again. So,
yeah, nobody being wild or rash in their striking exchanges. And that's, you know, both these guys are, you know, 4 or 5 fights into their amateur careers, and, you know, they're showing a wealth of experience already. That's a nice body lock takedown, side control.
Onto the back.
Thomas Bale straight over to his knees. He had to work hard to get back belly down and up to his knees there, but he wasn't accepting being flat on his back. Yaman strong position, see how he's tied up that lead leg with his own leg to be able to sit on it. Could potentially use the right hand to punch, but maybe wants that turnover.
Trying to put Brooklyn onto his back. Good defensive wrestling from Thomas.
Yeah, trying to stay on that single, but he's overextended there. His head was getting shoved down underneath, but once he got his head and posture back, got back to a good position, now he's out to the back.
Brooklyn on his back, but off to the side a little bit.
Rides that well. Yaman tried to throw him off, but Brooklyn's followed him, kept his chest glued to his back. Just went with the movement, and he might have that right arm under the neck.
Yeah, can't see from this angle.
Yeah, it's not yet. Not all the way under.
But a uber competitive fight, which is what we expected from the outset.
10 seconds left. If he's going to have time, he's gone palm to palm, putting on the squeeze. Probably with it over the chin, Yaman will be able to ride this out.
And did.
Yeah. Opposite of the end of the first round.
Absolutely.
Yaman was on the triangle.
Everything to play for in the final 3 minutes.
Another entertaining round, Steve, but yeah, I think Thomas is wrestling really coming into play there. He's got into bad positions, but you know, got his posture back, gone from a tough spot out to his opponent's back. Just some nice chain wrestling, and yeah, it's really good fighters. I've got one. I don't think I gave a score for the first round.
No.
I don't want to, but I think the second round's going to go for Thomas on that one. But could be 1-1, could be 2-0. I forgot.
Well.
But both close competitive rounds. That's not to say there's been a washout in either of these rounds. 2 close competitive rounds, and as you said before, Steve, we knew that's exactly what it would be between these two.
Yeah, someone needs to put the stamp on this one. Little mark, little graze under the right eye of Thomas. Touch of gloves, 3 minutes left to separate these two young bantamweights. Thomas again pushing forward.
Yeah, that low kick landed hard. The man tried to slip his left leg away from it, but Thomas just kept the travel going and landed it even though he'd switched the stance.
Oh, kick to the body.
Yeah, he kicked to the body, right hand to the head, then went high. But your man looked to counter that last one. Just skimmed off with the right hand.
Oh,
yeah, solid short right hook for your man.
Both these young fighters have landed some good shots, but neither man willing to back down just yet.
Yeah, I'd like to see your man at this point go a little bit more. There's lots of feints, lots of movement. The shots he's landed have only been counters. I'd like to see him try and lead, see if he can put a bit of a stamp on it.
And is that just too much respect for the opponent?
It's, you know, I don't know him that well. Might be a guy who just likes to counter strike. That's just what some people like to do, and you know that's how they like to flow with it. But yeah, at this point when somebody needs to be proactive, I mean, he's doing it with his takedown now. Dipped his way in and trying to work to top position. But yeah, just like on the outside and just reacted to Thomas's lead a little bit. Thomas does a good job of getting his back off the fence.
And then a nice knee to the midsection. Outside trip, lovely step behind. Thomas now looking to control position on the ground.
Yeah, sat on the bottom leg. Going to make it hard for your man to drive his back to the fence and get back up again. He's going to try and free that leg.
Yeah, got that left hand free as well, started to chip away.
Yeah, Thomas did a good job of recontrolling it. Both legs over the top of it.
Oh, oh. Thought he was chasing the rear naked choke there. Trying to thread that hand through.
Yeah, your man defending well, might be able to turn in there, but great control from Thomas, and he might have snuck that under the neck. Just in that little transition, but didn't quite have it. Goes back to the ground and pound, but every little window of opportunity, Brooklyn Thomas is on the hunt. Your man trying to throw him off. I think he knows he just needs to make something happen at this point. But Thomas, body triangle, he's going to finish this round on the back.
And I think it was probably a round each going in. This third round, I think, was the decider. And
yeah, Thomas in the ascendancy as the final bell goes. I think that wrestling, you know, the dominant positions, he had back control for prolonged periods, and that could be the difference between these two. Tough competitive fight all the way.
Great fight. Again, it's one of those win or learn scenarios for one of them. As cheesy as that statement is, no one really lost here. They're just going to get better.
Absolutely. Great 3 rounds from both these young men. We'll go inside the cage to get the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give both these athletes a huge round of applause, please. After 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. We have a unanimous decision in favor of the blue corner, Brooklyn Thomas.